Alright boys, today we are going to talk about how you can recover meteorites. First I am going to tell you what are meteorites. You must have observed in the night sky that there is a streak of light that it comes and it vanishes away. Sometimes it is less than a second or so, and we normally call these shooting stars. Of course, this is not a scientific name, we just name it the way we want. So normally we say this is a shooting star and stuff like that. But actually what these are not shooting stars. They are basically rocks from space. Now what are rocks from space? We all know that rocks are all there in the space, especially in the asteroid belt. I will tell you something about what is asteroid belt, but before I do that, I have to tell you how you can recover what are meteorites and how you can recover meteorites. So those lines are basically plasma. Plasma is heated up rock to such a degree that it becomes a state of matter which is rarely found on Earth, and that is called plasma. So a big rock, for example, if a rock is 2 or 3 meters in diameter, as big as this rostrum, it will burn up in the sky and it will fall to the ground in the form of small, chunks. And they fall on the ground, and once they fall on the ground, they look like ordinary stones to people. But if you know how to hunt those stones, remember, not only that you can have a good collection of meteoroids, but also you can earn a lot of money as well. Because meteoroids, genuine meteoroids, are being sold on the internet from $10 to $1,000. So you need to know what are meteoroids and how to hunt them. The first thing that you need to know is that meteoroid is different from a normal stone or a pebble on Earth. If you look at a meteoroid and if you look at a stone, if this is a stone that is there on the ground, the whole ground is filled with stones. We all know that. But a meteoroid, thank you. But a meteoroid would be very much different than a stone. It would be a bit irregular. It would be a bit dark because it has burnt up in the space, and it would have certain burn marks on it. Certain burn marks because it was heated up in space when it was coming down. So it was heated up to such a higher degree that it has got a lot of burn marks. Plus, a very important telltale sign of a meteoroid is that it is made up of iron and nickel. So, most of the times, if you put a magnet in front of meteoroid, it would try to attach itself with the magnet, or the magnet would try to attach itself with the meteoroid. A normal rock would not get itself attached to a magnet. So now this is a very important possibility that a meteoroid would try to attach itself to a magnet. In one of my videos, when there was a digging going on in front of my home, I even found pieces of meteoroids below the ground. I kept it with me, but unfortunately I've lost those small pieces of meteoroid in my wallet because I lost the wallet, as you all know it. Therefore, hunting a meteoroid is extremely simple. It's not complicated. You can do that. If there is a ground, for example, this is the graveyard over there, and normally in places where people do not walk often, and anything that is fallen remains undisturbed, there is a chance we can find good meteoroids. And if we have metal detectors, if we have got good magnets, we can tie them. What we can do is that if this is the magnet, we can tie it to a rope or something, or a string, and we can walk on the land. And if there is a particular stone that gets itself attached to a magnet, a good possibility is that is a meteoroid, confirmed meteoroid. First, this is the first sign that you have to look, that if a stone gets itself attached to a magnet, Well, that has to be a meteoroid, but then you can do other investigation as well. What are the other investigation? The other investigation is then you take that stone off from the magnet, then you look at that stone. If that stone has got the burn mark on it, if it has got dark, it has got blackish, which will tell us that it has burned. And if it looks different than the other normal stones that are there, good chances you have found a meteoroid or a rock from space. Now this is very expensive. People out there, people in the West, they normally have a profession of hunting meteoroids. And how they do it? By metal detectors, by magnets. So it's not that difficult. All you have to do is you need to know how to hunt those meteoroids. And once you do that, you can sell them. You can sell them online. You can have it in your personal collection. A meteoroid, if you find a meteoroid, the bigger the meteoroid, the more value it has. It's just like diamonds. The bigger the diamond gets, the more the value. For example, if a meteoroid is irregular and it is just like a pebble, of course it will have very low value, $10 or so. But if the meteoroid gets bigger and bigger, and you can show it to someone gets really attracted to that meteoroid. The bigger the meteoroid, it can go to thousands of dollars as well. So it all depends on how much big the meteoroid is, how much genuine the meteoroid looks. It all depends on that as well. Now I have to tell you why meteoroids are so expensive. Diamonds are expensive. You know that there are certain stones, people wear stones in their rings. They are very much expensive. But all these stones, even diamond and gold, they are found in earth. They are found just below the earth, right? A meteoroid is worth much more than diamond because a meteoroid has not come from the earth or from within the earth. It has come from outer space. It has traveled billions and billions of miles for billions and billions of years to come to you. So all that makes a meteoroid so expensive is that it is rare. For example, I'll tell you where. Now the question may come that where the meteoroid comes from. They come from space, but from where? So if you look at the solar system, you'll see that the sun is at the center of the solar system. Then we have got Mercury. Then we have got Venus. Then we have got Earth. Now, after Earth, we have got the red planet, which is Mars. Mars is after the Earth. These four planets are called as terrestrial planets. Why they are called terrestrial? Because they are made up of hard rock. They are rocky planets. They are planets which have got rock. Now, they are called as terrestrial planets. Now, extraterrestrial planets are those which come after Mars. So, after Mars, there is a belt of asteroids, and this is called as the asteroid belt. We call it the asteroid belt. It contains billions and billions of those rocks. Now, those rocks can be as small as this gold marker or as big as a city. The asteroid that wiped out the dinosaurs was 10 kilometers long. So it impacted the earth, and once it impacted the earth, there was a chain of events that started, and all the dinosaurs were vanished from the face of the earth. So from the asteroid belt, because there are so many of them, some may bump into each other. Once one asteroid strikes the other asteroid, some of these asteroids get out of this belt and travel straight towards the sun. Once they travel straight to the sun, it all depends which planet they encounter. if they come closer to Earth, they will get attracted by the gravity of the Earth and then they will come straight to Earth. And they keep on coming every day. Every night, if you look at the deep dark sky, you will find out that after every 30 or 40 minutes, you will find a streak of light coming and vanishing. They are all meteors. They are bombarding the earth every night, thousands of them. So this is what we are hunting for. So this is called as the asteroid belt. After the asteroid belt, we have got Jupiter, then we have got Saturn, then we have got Uranus, then we have got Neptune. After Neptune, there is another belt. We call that belt the Oort cloud. No. After Uranus, there is the Kuiper belt. KV. So in the Kuiper belt, there are those planets, including Pluto. When we were kids, just like you, when we used to study the solar system, we used to study and memorize that there are 9 planets. Now you memorize that there are 8 planets. We used to say that there were 9 planets, and in those 9 planets there was also Pluto. Pluto was also called as planet, but now Pluto is being termed as a Kuiper belt object. We call them KBOs, Kuiper belt objects. They are not classified as planets. And after Kuiper belt, there comes the Oort cloud. There is the Oort cloud. That is the furthermost place that has got something of the solar system. Now I have to tell you something very important. When the Earth was formed after the solar system, it formed, the Earth formed as well, the other planets formed, there was no water on Earth. There was no water on Earth. Earth was just like Mercury and Venus and Mars. There was no water. The water came from the sky. Of course, some people interpret it as rain, but actually the water came from the Oort cloud. Now the Oort clouds has got a lot of material in it, and the Kuiper belt as well. It has got a lot of icy materials in it. A lot of comets which come and visit the sun every hundreds of years, because their orbit takes a lot of time for them to revolve around. Those billions and billions of Kuiper belt objects bombarded Earth billions of years ago, and each of the Kuiper belt object brought with it tiny droplets of water. And as they kept on bombarding the Earth with all these droplets of water, came the oceans. So the water has come from the space. Water was not here. Water was not found in the solar system at that time. So it came from the space. One question is, if Earth got bombarded by those, pieces of rock which brought with them water, why is it that the Earth is not being bombarded with those pieces now? The answer to this is that when the whole of the solar system was formed, Jupiter started coming towards the Earth, where the present Mars is. So it started coming towards the Earth, and it disturbed a lot of balance of the asteroid belt, of the Oort cloud, and of the Kuiper belt. Once the whole balance got disturbed, all of the Kuiper belt objects started coming towards the Earth, and then it got bombarded with a lot of water. So it was by no means an accident. It was by all means a design, a divine design to bring life to Earth because Earth was very valuable. And it was because of this that Mars did become a candidate for a habitable planet. It was because of this that the Venus got thrown into an orbit which it is in right now. It was because of that movement of Jupiter that Mercury is sitting where it is sitting right now. So Jupiter started coming in, made all the conditions possible for life as we know it now on Earth. But had Jupiter kept on coming the way it came, even Earth would have been where Venus is. No life on Earth. So, what happened? Saturn was formed. And what Saturn did, Saturn started attracting Jupiter away back to the place where Jupiter is right now. So, everything in the solar system, every small particle, every giant gaseous planet, everything in the solar system made sure that life on Earth as we know it exists. God, Allah Almighty has made each and every pebble and planet in the solar system for a reason. There is a reason for Uranus to exist. There is a reason for Saturn to have its rings. There is a reason for the gas giants to exist. There is a reason why Mercury is so close to the Sun, full of its core and nothing else. Mercury has got no rock surface, it's like a metal ball. All the surface, all the rocky, all the rocky surface of Mercury has been blown away. Venus is the hottest planet of the solar system. It is so hot that even the side that is not facing the sun is extremely hot because it is all covered by CO2, carbon dioxide. It is only Earth where life is possible. So when scientists say that there might be, I normally face such questions that, sir, do you believe that there are aliens out there? There is life beyond planet Earth? Science tells us that there are billions of stars in our galaxy. Most of those stars have got planets revolving around them. So the chances of finding life in our galaxy is 60 to 70%. Some would say. Some are skeptical about it. Some say 10%, 5%. I believe that life on Earth has come and stayed on Earth for a reason. There are so many billions of possibilities that have come together to give birth to life on Earth. And I am sure that it is so much special that the chances of finding life on any other planet, revolving around any other star, are minimal. To my faith, zero. I believe that the whole of the universe, I believe that the whole of the observable and unobservable universe, and call it multiverse, it cannot even, no matter how huge it is, it cannot even match the beauty of the wings of a butterfly or the complexity of a blade of a grass. The whole of the universe, with all its magnanimity, with all its glory, even a single wing of a mosquito has got more science in it than a science of hydrogen being converted into helium at a tremendous scale. So life is pretty much particular to Earth. Life is pretty much unique to Earth, and life cannot exist beyond Earth. Everything in the solar system, no matter how small it is, no matter how big it is, they are all making sure that we survive. Think that Earth would be just a bit closer to Sun, we would be baked. Think that the Earth is just a bit away from the Sun, we would be frozen. Think that there is no atmosphere, or the atmosphere of the Earth was just like the atmosphere of Venus, we would have been smashed. So, to sum it all, life is extremely particular, extremely designed. It's not by accident that life started on Earth. It is by a divine design that life started on Earth. Out of billions of galaxies in the observable universe, out of billions of stars in each of the galaxy of the universe, out of each of the star system, planetary system that is in that particular star, solar system is the only home that we know of where the Earth resides. Solar system is that one street where one house, our Earth, houses life. So this is how life is so particular. Coming back to the topic now. All you need is one magnet and a string with the magnet. You are good to go. Right? All you have to do is, if anything that attaches itself to a magnet, we are good to go.